Judy's absolutely incredible. She is our leader in New Zealand and pioneering the New Zealand market. And she's been to Summit. She's fully dedicated to her business and helping and serving others as well. And so it's a real honour for us to have her lead the call tonight. So, Jude Morgan, it's all yours.
Thank you, Belinda. And where are those teammates of mine? They're coming in. Okay, what I'm going to do tonight, I'm not going to go through paragraph by paragraph because most of us should have already gone through this chapter. I know that I have listened to the Audible book 3 times now. I've got my hard copy, which I have more than highlights all over it. I've got pen marks everywhere. Plus, I listened to it again tonight while I was waiting to come on, just this chapter. But it's inviting prospects to understand our product, but more the business opportunity. And the things that I got out of it were: don't be a hunter or a shark, be a farmer and build relationships and trust. That really through to me, and it's learning how to invite people to take a look at the opportunity and or the product. So it's more educating people about what we do versus, and I'm sure we've all done it, oh my God, you've got to join me, all those sorts of things. You know, I mean, let's face it, I'm sure everybody has been through that. So you've identified your prospects. The next skill is learning how to invite them to find out more. And most people think that you've got to start off with a great reputation, a lot of influence with others, and let's face it, nobody starts out like that. It's just not true, and it's most probably the biggest way to lose, for people to lose in what you're talking about. So I've just got, all I've done is just written notes everywhere. So one of the other big takes I got was, don't pitch people, use the tools that we've got. And I was thinking about that too. We have got, and it's most probably just like a big, huge realization to me, we have got some awesome tools in the group that we're in, and with the others in the States. We have got, I wish I had all of those tools when I started a traditional business. And that we've got webinars, we've got online presentations, we can add people to groups and tag them with freeway calls. And the other big thing that came to me was events. Now, okay, I can't get to Perth all the time for events, and there's a lot of us that can't, but we do have the opportunity to be able to watch live. And so there's another opportunity. If you've got, say as an example, if I had a team around me here, I could actually bring them in to my home. We could log into the event, so we're also there with you guys in Perth, and that just hit me tonight, really bright. So that was another big takeaway for me, and I'm just flicking through pages here. And one of the other ones was, we're here to educate people on an opportunity and product. And the other thing with prospects I really picked up on, put yourself in the prospect's shoes. Because if you're the shark and the hunter and you're just hammering them, and how's that prospect going to feel? They're going to run away. They're not even going to look at it because they feel hunted. So it came back to building up that relationship and the trust. Then the chapter goes through different rules, and rule number 1 was emotionally detach yourself from the outcome. That's a huge one, is to actually take away that emotional feeling, oh, will they join or will they buy, etc., just to remove that from yourself. Rule number 2 is to be yourself. If you're just new into the business and you don't know heaps, don't tend to, because we've got all of those tools within our group and within the business that we can use. So just be yourself, because I think that also builds the trust with people versus, you know, just hammering them and then they do the big turn off. Another rule was enthusiasm. Be enthusiastic about it. Now, I mean, we all love the products. We wouldn't be here if we didn't believe in the profession. So why not be enthusiastic about it? I mean, just be enthusiastic. Don't be false about it, but be enthusiastic. And then the 4th rule was to have a strong posture. So that I was listening again, and it sort of, there was one thing that came through was Eric Worre was saying when he was young, oh yeah, I know I haven't been very good at keeping a job, but you know, I'm really hoping this time that's going to work for me. Well, that's not a good posture. So it's having that strong posture that you absolutely believe in it and you're just sharing and educating people. And that I feel as though I'm in this classroom here. That was something else that I picked up. So those were the first 4 rules. Then it goes on to 8 steps to a professional invitation. Now, step 1 was be in a hurry. And I picked up on that. It's not that you're trying to push people away, but you're successful, you're busy, there's a lot happening, and it's okay to say that. To look, I'm just quickly ringing you because I'm rushing out the door, but I thought I would, and you're in a hurry. Second thing was to compliment your prospect, but if you're going to do that, don't be false about it. Find something to compliment them about and be genuine about it. Pen, you're laughing. Making the invitation, that if you go through the book, I'm not going to go through absolutely every step because there's several pages, but making the invitation, step 3, if you read through the book, it's got information there, and it basically says one size does not fit all, and it doesn't. How many times have we in life been approached about anything and that I know, okay, I'll give you an example. In traditional business, many times I'm approached about, say, sponsorship. So I get somebody on the end of the phone and you can tell they're reading a script, and straight away I say, look, no, I'm not interested. We're only a small business and I prefer to support our clients or what have you, because I know that they're reading from a script and I just won't even listen to it. And the same would be within network marketing. I'm not saying don't have some key words there, but I go crazy when people read from a script. So where was I? Making the invitation. Once again, there's more information there about the direct approach. This is used when you're inviting people to learn more about an opportunity for them. So it's got a complete paragraph on that. And if you're reading the book and going through it, and I would suggest that you actually do it several times, chapter by chapter, because I'm picking up so many different things. There's an indirect invitation. That is where you're asking for help, and that might be you've just started in the business. No, it might be you've been in the business for years, but you are saying to somebody, look, I'm in this business and I'd really like you to be able to help me. Could you have a look at it for me and tell me what you think? Or I'm not sure about it. Can you tell me what you think if I whatever? And then there's the cold invitation. That's possibly where you have been, and I've seen Kevin Brazel do this, that in a restaurant and somebody's given you great service and what have you, and you might say to them, look, you're really good at giving service, etc., etc. I might have something that you might be interested in, and just move it on along from there. But once again, be in a hurry. You're not giving them the information right then and there. And that my favourite step 4 is if I, would you. That has, in the last few days, just even in my traditional business, and I actually used it today with a head-on thing that I was dealing with, and it works. It works. If I will send you some information, would you look at it? That is, to me, that's the biggest thing I've got highlighted, but it doesn't stop there. So if you're saying that to somebody and the automatic thing is normally to say, yes, I would. If they say no, I mean, all you do is say, that's not a problem, thanks heaps, and you move on. But if I did this for you, would you do whatever it is for me? Would you look at the link? Would you look at a DVD? Would you look at a presentation? Would you accept an invitation to a product group? Would you, whatever it may be? They say yes, then you start going through the steps of getting confirmation. And that now I know that I've fallen into in the past, and I'm sure we all have, is offering somebody a link and they say, yeah, I'll look at it, and straight away you send it off and they don't even look at it. It's because we've only done half the job. We haven't confirmed with them about getting a commitment. So without me going through each of those things, I was listening to it. So Shaz, if I send you an invitation to look at a group, would you? Shaz says yes. So then I would say to Shaz, okay, when would you look at that link? And Shaz might say it's Tuesday. And so then I would be saying to her, so if you looked at it on Tuesday, it would be, if you look at it on Tuesday, can I give you a call Tuesday evening? Shaz is going to either say yes or no. And if she says no, then I come back and say, well, when do you think you'll look at it? And you actually find out Shaz actually really won't look at it till Thursday. So you get that confirmation again. So you are going to look at it on Thursday. Shaz says by Thursday. Shaz says yes. Okay, I'll schedule a call with you on Thursday afternoon at whatever time. Now, your phone number is this the best phone number? Yes, and then you get off the phone. Does that make sense? I'm getting nods. So, I mean, there's so much information here. I've written all over it, and as I said, I'm not going to go through absolutely everything, but for me, the biggest thing was if I would you. That was huge. And also the other thing that was really huge for me is I'm not going to give anybody any information until I get confirmation of a commitment to look at it and confirmation of a time to follow up. And that, because so many times I've done that, and I'm sure we all have, and then nothing happens. So it also came back to me more too about what Kevin has always said. You follow a meeting with a meeting, or you follow a call with a call, or it's some form of action, because as they say, it will take 6 to 8 steps for somebody to actually make a decision one way or the other. Yeah, so all of those things came back to me as I was going through it, but the most important one was that if I would you. So that's my summary of skill number 2. Any feedback? Come on.
Fabulous, Jude. Well done, darling. Well done. Very good.
So was there anything that I missed there that perhaps you picked up?
The things that I like from this chapter, also what you know, if I would you, I do that quite a lot. I do like the farmer, be a farmer, not a hunter, because I like my gardening. So like if you say you took an apple, it's just one apple.
Yeah.
And in the apple, there could be 6 seeds. So if you
Right.
plant those seeds and nurture them, you don't know how many apples you're going to get from those seeds.
Right.
So if you follow up with everybody and you nurture them until they're mature and then let them do their own thing, you know me, go on, off you go. But you don't know how many seeds you're going to get from the one that you plant.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you nurture them. I mean, you can end up with 1 more apple. You can end up with 100 more apples. And all those apples have seeds, and it just fruits. And the other, yeah, it does. It just fruits. And I don't know if I'm taking up someone else's idea, but Eric's formula for financial independence and network marketing, I love that. It's your ability to get a large group of people to consistently do a few simple things over an extended period of time.
Yeah.
So we all learn how to do that, then things grow. But yeah.
So it comes back to that application, doesn't it?
Yeah. And definitely take the emotion away. I mean, I'm a very emotional person. When I first started web marketing, I was very yellow. I am more blue now. But, you know, take the emotions out of it, you know, detach yourself emotionally, because in the beginning, I got so upset that people wouldn't listen to me or thought I was doolally for what I was doing, you know, that sort of stuff. And once you take the emotion out of it and be yourself, that's a, you know, your self-development thing, being yourself, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's all a learning process, everything that we do. I'm going to get off now, let someone else talk.
You do such a great job, Sharon.
Oh, thank you, Bronwyn. What do you think, Bronwyn? What's your favourite?
It's just, I like it all, but I get too emotionally attached, and I'll sort of, I've got this huge business built sort of up in here, and you're sort of connecting people up, and you sort of, yeah, I just do my head in. But No, it's just very good. It's very simple. I just got to do more.
Yeah, we all say that. We all need to do more. We all know it. It's just action, as Linda would tell you that. It's putting it all into action. We will. We'll get there. Very well done. But I enjoyed that, Jude. Thank you.
Yes.
They were my takes.
Thanks, Jude.
Pardon?
I said thank you. Good information.
I thought you were going to come out with some little pearl pen.
Well, I am going to come out with a little pearl because apart from Eric Worry talking about sharing information, Belinda had a good chat with me yesterday also about sharing information. And I think talk about planting seeds. A friend of mine ran the Gold Coast Marathon on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So he walked up to me today really gingerly, could hardly move, but had beat his time. So his best time before was 4 hours, 20 minutes. He did it this weekend, 4 hours, 3 minutes. Like he was so pumped and so enthusiastic, and I loved it. I actually saw him in Sydney last year, and anyway, long story. And he was also a backup for us on the Kokoda Trail. Anyway, and I was sitting here tonight thinking Belinda's words and also Eric Worry about, you know, I always feel like I'm selling, and I chatted with Belle about this yesterday, and he said, that's the worst thing you could do, and she said the same. But when you genuinely are sharing something that's added value to you, it will come across as that. So I was thinking about him and how I watched him walk off to the distance today, hobbling along, and I thought, why have I not told him about Recover? You know, one of the things that I absolutely think is the most amazing product. So I messaged him tonight and I just said, look, I'm so proud of you. I'm so ecstatic that you beat your time. It's been very remiss of me that I haven't shared with you about a product that I use during Kokoda that takes away all that lactic acid hangover. Are you interested in some more information? He said, yep. See you tomorrow morning, we'll talk about it at work. And I just went, oh my God. And all I did was share the information and something. And so then that all from what Eric Worry said, what Belinda said yesterday, just went click, click, click. And I just felt so pleased. So I think that the sincere compliment and sharing information for me in that situation, it worked. So that was my takeaway from it.
And you were just being totally genuine.
Totally genuine, totally genuine. And I said to Belle the other day when I'm on my live, and I don't know if anyone else feels it, I kind of click into this different personality when I'm talking about the products. So I think if, for me, and I don't know if you guys can relate, if you can step back into that genuineness of, you know, Belinda said to me, what if I had never shared that information with you? How much has that changed your life? And I said, in every area of my whole life has changed in the last 2 years. And she said, well, who is missing out on that opportunity out there because you're too scared or you're selling rather than actually genuinely just sharing your experience? So I think it makes a big difference, that sharing information. I think that if you come from your heart and from, you know, what you believe and how it's really helped you, I think it's really like the crux of the whole thing. And just that conversation and reading that book over the last couple of days, I've had a really big shift. So that's what I wanted to.
Yeah. Fabulous.
A proud mama tonight.
Yeah.
I really do. Jude, you did such a fabulous job in hosting. I know it is scary to host a team training call when all eyes are on you and you're responsible for educating and adding value to everyone, but you absolutely crushed it. I'm so, so proud of you. Even I picked up things that, I mean, I've read this book probably 10 plus times, and even just hearing you say how you perceived some of the some of the strategies in here from your own point of view, it added value to me as well. So thank you so, so much for doing that. One of the things that I did love that you said was about being a shark. And one of the sentences that I have highlighted for this chapter is, instead of acting like sharks, they were more like coaches or consultants. They built relationships and then offered common sense solutions to people's problems, which is exactly what Pen just did with her marathon runner friend, right? Pen just didn't randomly message him and seizure vomit all over the place, right? She has a relationship with him.
Yep.
She saw a need. He was hobbling around, could hardly walk. And because she had used something that worked for her, she was simply then passing on that, adding that value to that person. And now, you know, he's open to looking. So I love that that clicked for you, Pen. And Sharon, I love that apple analogy. That is absolute gold. And as you were saying that, it's not just the 6 apple seeds that are in that apple that you then plant that produces apple, but what about the seeds that are in those? And then if they get planted, the seeds in those. So literally it could lead to hundreds of thousands, if not millions, just by nurturing one by one by one. And that's what we do in this business. So I've loved tonight's call, all from skill number 2 in GoPro. Like, our team is just awesome. I love you all.
Can I just ask a question? Has anybody read that book, How to Swim with Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive?
No, I don't think I have.
That's one that changed Eric Worre's life. It's a Harvey Mackay book. I've written it down to have a look at. Because I'm scared of sharks. Yeah.
One other thing that I will say as well, though, about GoPro is it was written 6 years ago. So some of the things in here we can adapt to use in how we build our business today. So back in 2013, when this book was written, I don't think you could even create Facebook groups. So that side of social media is irrelevant. But as Jude was going through the different steps in, like, and it says in here, you know, call someone, be in a hurry, all that type of thing. You can, if you're using social media, you can adapt it to the platform where you're building. You can message someone on Messenger and say, hey, thought you were online. I'm just about to run out, but wanted to say, hey, how have you been? Right? You can totally use the same strategies, but adapt it for social media. I think last year Eric Worre did say he was writing an updated version of GoPro. I'm not sure when or if that is coming out still, but Chris Estes is also writing a new network marketing book as well. His follow-up from Apple Principles. So I just wanted to remind everyone that you don't have to take it word for word and think, okay, well, we're doing ATM, but Eric Worre is telling me to call people. That was 6 years ago. Just adapt it for how you're building your business now. But yeah, so much value has been on tonight's call. Does anyone else want to share anything in regards to skill number 2 before I just wrap it up with a few things?
No.
No? There's something going on in the chat. Let me see. Oh, from Pen. Jude and Sharon, thank you so much for sharing. Jude, you rocked it. Totally agree. Summit is in less than 2 weeks. So for those of you that are in Perth, which are only 2 of you on the call tonight, I have changed the location to my house. It's called a backyard summit, so might as well have it. Well, it'll be in the living room because it's probably going to be raining, so it won't be in the backyard, but it'll be inside undercover. I'm going to provide afternoon tea and food and drinks, might even have a couple of little gift bags here as well. And it's going to be awesome. It starts at 1 o'clock. The live stream, we'll probably, once everyone gets here and we say hello and all sit down, the actual event probably won't start till 1:30. But I was speaking to Robin yesterday and she said that one of the events that I've broadcast before, I pressed record on the Facebook Live while everyone was still coming in, and she felt like she was there, a part of it, like in the audience, seeing all of the people just chatting in the room and then us all getting started and sitting down. So I'll probably start it at 1 o'clock now anyway. Pen, I know you'd asked that question, just so people that want to jump on at that time can feel like they're here. So on the Eventbrite link, I have popped my address on there. But if you need my address, just message me. I'll be creating a temporary Facebook group to broadcast the summit into for those people that have bought their online ticket. And I'll probably leave it there for about a month. And then I'll transfer those videos onto a playlist on my YouTube channel, but just make it a private one and have the link in our team page so anyone can access it. And then we can just remove that group so that there's just not another group hanging around. So yeah, Summit's coming up. If you haven't watched the Freedom Nation team call from this morning, go check that out. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
I hosted it. But I can joke around with you guys. And it was all about ATM, the ATM system, how to use a Facebook profile, how to ATM people, what the whole psychology and mindset is behind it. So make sure you go check that out if you haven't already. And just keep being awesome. Let's crush it this week. If I can help anyone at all, reach out at any time. I love doing one-on-one calls with people, helping people set goals, stay on track, and just take this thing to the next level. Because I tell you what, on July 21st, when what is being announced will be announced, the upgrades to the comp plan, the incentive trips, the sprints, like your mind's going to explode. You're going to go totally bonkers. So if we get into action now, yeah, Pen. Exactly. I need sound effects. Getting into action now, and like Sharon was just saying, I'm pointing here because Sharon's right next to me.
Down there to me.
We're like the Brady Bunch. As Sharon was saying, it's about having a group of people do a little bit every day over a period of time. So if we're into that daily action a couple of weeks before all of the new upgrades happen, then you're going to be ahead of the people that see the upgrades and think, right, I'm going to relaunch my business now, where you've already been doing it. So if you're unsure what those daily actions are, in Unit 1 of Lifestyle Warriors is a DMO, a daily method of operation checklist to use social media to build your business. So I'd recommend printing that off, or like myself, I use an app called Adobe Fill and Sign, so I can just do it directly on my phone because, as you know, I never have any ink in my printer. And yeah, just start doing that little bit every day. And I don't know about you guys, but I would rather get paid 1% on 100 people's effort than 100% on my own effort. Who would agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get into action and put Australia and New Zealand up the top of the international markets throughout Zedra International, and help a lot of people. Help a lot of people along their way get to their best absolute health. And for those of, those crazy ones that want to build a business with us, have their groceries paid, be able to put petrol in their car, have their credit cards paid, have their mortgage paid, retire themselves, retire their spouse, and anywhere in between, we can make that happen. And we've got the right people here going in the right direction. I could not be more proud.
Well, before we go, Kev wants to know, is there going to be CBD patches in those little gift bags?
Unfortunately not. I don't have any.
He's just being naughty,
I wish, Kev.
Dad, he knew that, but he just threw it out there.
Cool. All right, I'm going to take this quick photo. I'll tell you all when to smile. All right, smile. All right, done. You guys are all amazing. I'll see you.
Thanks, guys.
On Facebook.
Great job.
Thanks, Belle. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Giggler, Sharon.